Well, the Federal Executive Council has approved a draft bill for the Cocoa Management Board, NCMB, and it's aimed at regulating the cocoa subsector for economic development in the country. The approval, which was announced by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Public Communication, Mr. Sunday Dare, will empower the NCMB to enhance Nigeria's opportunities in the global cocoa market and improve prosperity of cocoa farmers in the country. Let's talk to the cocoa farmers now and see what they think about this. It's still at the budding stage. It's just a bill, and it hasn't even started a major process to make it a law, make it come to pass. But let's speak to the president of the National Cocoa Association, Mr. Bolariwa Mufutao. Mr. Mufutao, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, madam.
Great.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Good to have you. So, hearing about this intention to have the cocoa board, what are your expectations or expectation of your association?
Thank you. Let me go from the memory lane. In 1987, Cocoa Marketing Board was scrapped for one obvious reason of corruption, when the farmers started cutting down the cocoa tree in the farm, which nosedived from 300,000 tons to 96,000 tons. And that's one of the reasons why the military government then scrapped the entire marketing board. But by scrapping that marketing board, they exposed the whole business to all comer, all Dick and Harry, doing whatever they like. Nobody's mindful of quality, no better production and everything. And that's the reason why this National Cocoa Management Committee was set up by the Agric Director, Minister then, Sanono, which were inaugurated at least to have a body that will be able to monitor the acts of cocoa farmers. Now that's the reason why we put this thing forward to the presidency for approval, and which they have given the executive order to give to the National Assembly for bill. It's a very good welcome development because now the government has already, they have 10 years cocoa development plan. For the 2018 they're supposed to start. It has not taken off. It's not a problem in this country. The problem in this country is not about a policy. It's about of having the will to follow it to the letter, to ensure that what they have pronounced are actually implemented. These are the problems we're having in our own country. Every good policy, until when we start implementing it before we can say it's a welcome development.
Mr. Mufutao, so you talked about the fact that the first board was scrapped because of corruption. Would you say that the element of corruption can now be, we can confidently say it is out of the way now that we want to have another one?
What we are having now is not marketing. Marketing is removed out of the business entirely. It's only the technical aspects to monitor the quality, to monitor the activity of the stakeholders, to ensure that the Ministry of Agrics are doing what it's supposed to do by increasing the production of cocoa to be able to meet the international standard, planting the hybrid street of cocoa, and to even ensure that we are able to surpass what Ivory Coast of Ghana are producing, because it has to be properly coordinated. Each state must know their target and what to produce. But marketing is entirely still remain intact in the hand of exporters.
What would you say, Mr. Mufutao, should be major ingredients now that we want to start this first journey of having another cocoa board? What should be considered? What should be the consideration? How should it be structured to make it most efficient for the targets?
I think the most way and the best way to do, one, is to ensure that this thing is free of politicizing. Government should remove politics out of it. They should call the people actually involved in this trade to ensure that they do the right thing. Two, every organization that's involved that's going to involve in this marketing in this board should be having their own self-financing. Government should not involve in giving money. It should not be another jamboree. As long as the government starts introducing giving money, giving allocation, the thing will not get the result we are expecting to get. If you want to serve your nation, you are representing an organization. For instance, as a CAN member, if I'm going to be, I'm not saying I will be, if I'm going to be in that board, my organization should be able to fund me, because everybody should see as a service for this nation. Not every government should not start making unnecessary allocation. When the money start coming in, people will misbehave, because you know Nigeria, even days when money was not even like this, corruption was high. Talk less of now, where everybody believe that I must grab. So each committee, each member that's going to be involved should be self-financing by their organization, whoever that is involved. If you are from Ministry of Agri, should be responsible for your maintenance. If you are from Ministry of Industry, the Ministry of Trade and Investment should be responsible for your money.
Very interesting, Mr. Mufuta, and I do hope that perhaps that could be considered, because sometimes we do say that because it seems like serving in government in Nigeria, it's very, very incentivized. That's why we see lack of focus on the major thing. But what aspects? So we talk about production of this cocoa. Of course, Nigeria has a lot of potential. We're not meeting up with that. And then we also talk about adding value. So how do you think this should be captured, while creating this board, so that these two core areas are given attention and we see progress?
Well, one of the major areas is to ensure that CRIN, Cocoa Research Institute, should be fully funded, to ensure that they are doing their core mandates. Ministry of Agri, too, which is major umbrella, should ensure that this cocoa seedling hybrid one that's been produced by CRIN should go around all the cocoa producing states, which are about 16, 17 states that is producing cocoa in Nigeria. And each state should be given a target. If Ondo states presently are producing 88,000 tons, out of the 300 we are producing now, Ondo has a potential of producing up to 200,000 tons. Edo can also equally do like 100,000 tons. Cross River can do up to 150,000 tons. By the time we do analysis of projection and backing it up with necessary backup for all these states, and the state governors should be relevant, should be show the potentials of ready to participate in this thing. Because all these things, because the core mandate of all these ministers of agri in this country, they have not been able to live to their expectation. Most of the things we are doing in this country is purely on lip service. People are not ready to do the work they are being employed for. Everybody is looking for an opportunity, and that cannot solve our problem. Nigeria we are now, everybody, all hands must be on deck now to face this country, to do whatever we have to do to bring Nigeria. What cocoa alone can give you 50% of your 1 trillion economy you are talking of, if it's actually harnessed. Sesame seed will equally give you the same thing, and other agricultural products. But we just need to segment, structuralize everything, and to ensure that the right people are there to do what we are required. It's not a rocket science. It is what we can do. But all hands must be on deck, and the government must be very sincere to do what they're supposed to do.
I was wondering, I know we've been talking about the federal arm since. What about the subnationals? Does the association work with state governments? Are they, very responsive to the things that you need to, explore some of these untapped potentials in our cocoa?
Yes, like for now, Ondo State, they are living up to expectation. Cross River, they are living up to expectation, because the conference we had about, which we just concluded yesterday, the governor was there. In fact, it's also waiting for the communique that we concluded on the meeting for them to implement. And we are going to send it to both the federal and all the state cocoa producing states. What can increase our production, and this is what we're supposed to do. Not that they are not ready to key in, but people needs to be hammering into their hair because a lot of diversion is too much within our government system.
Yeah, a lot of
In Ghana, yes, a lot of diversion is too much. In Ghana, that all these things are working. The only problem of Ghana is the marketing board. But for technical aspects, managing good quality, everything, they were doing this very excellently. Because like Nigeria today, some unscrupulous people adding some adulterated product inside the cocoa, and this thing is going to affecting Nigerian image. That's one of the reasons why we are agitating for this board, so that whoever that is caught, even if it is 5 years imprisonment alone given to them, this thing all these activities will stop. And Nigeria, because we have the best aroma cocoa, but when you start adding additive bad things into the cocoa, it will spoil whatever aroma you have.
But isn't that the responsibility of the association to ensure that members and players in the sector and the subsector actually adhere, to the right practices?
It is responsibility of our member, but one thing is that it is the government that is still grading the cocoa, the quality of cocoa. But virtually all the state now, the so-called graders, those farm people that are supposed to be there, they are the old one they have retired. Then they are not recruiting another people to replace these people. And as I was telling you, human being what they are, everybody wants to make more money. And even like this last year, we caught a whole trailer load of hydrotrans in Ondo State. Pursuing them, taking it to the Ministry of Agri. Eventually, in fact, we fought the case to the Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment and Nigerian Export Promotion Council. At the end of the day, they were taken to the court. The guy was released by the government. If you caught somebody and is being released, how do you want the association, the group, to be able to punish anybody? So that's why we need a government. There should be a sanction for whoever that misbehave. All we just need to do in this country, just take 10 or 5 people, a scapegoat. Everybody will run away from doing bad things. Nigeria likes enjoyment. They don't want to be disturbed. But the moment everybody can do whatever they like without being punished, the country can never move forward.
So while I do hope that perhaps the board can look at some of this to ensure that those who were punished or those who were caught are punished, and it to be a deterrent to more bad doing. Thank you so much, President of National Cocoa Association, Mr. Bolarinwa Mufutao, for your time.
Okay, thank you. God bless you.